I'm Mary Zimmer from A Great Impression, and I want to show you how to put up a two-color wall decal. When you receive your package, you'll see that your two-color wall decal will come in two separate sheets. That's because we put one layer at a time on the wall. You'll also see that there are some X's in the design. Those will be peeled off the wall when we're done, so just don't worry about those quite yet. The important part of getting started, and pretty much the hardest part of the whole decal, is taking the paper off of the back of the decal. So we're going to get started. So each decal is actually a sandwiched in vinyl wall decal in between a top sheet that's kind of opaque and a very waxy, crispy paper backing that has grid marks on it. When you get your decal, you turn it upside down so that the grid paper is showing. Then you take the tool that's included in every package that I send and you rub the decal all over. You want to get each piece of each letter of your decal and you want to rub it. When I have it all smoothed out and rubbed, I separate the layers, remembering to keep the graph paper upward. And I start to peel it back. When I peel back the waxy paper, I want the letters to stick to the top sheet and I want to only peel back the paper. So I'm rolling the paper back and I'm leaving the decal upside down on the table. Sometimes this can be a little trickier than this. Each color of decal is always different. If you ever get to where the decal wants to come onto the paper instead of staying flat on your table, you just take your thumbnail, hold it down a little bit, and then you continue to roll. Now this decal is only as wide as a hand span apart. If it were any wider, I would need someone to take this to the wall with me so that I don't fold the decal into itself. Most of the times when I get phone calls from customers who are frustrated and about to be in tears over their decal, it's because they tried to take one that was way too wide by themselves to the wall. So I've got the decal away from the paper backing and I'm ready to take it to the wall now. So now I've got the decal and I've brought it to the wall. Before I started, I took a level and a pencil and I made a line on my wall at the top of this decal. That will help me now know exactly where to place this decal. I've also made a pencil line at the top of this paper in the very center so I know that when I put it up, it's centered over my mirror. This will be up to you. However you want it at your house will be fine. I'm placing the decal onto the wall lightly, watching that the top of the paper lines up on my pencil line. Now that I've got it, I stick each corner very lightly, and with my hand, I smooth it. Then I take the burnishing tool, and again, I rub over each and every letter and every piece of the decal. Now that I've got it rubbed, I'm going to take a corner and peel it back of the paper. What I want to do is leave, of course, the lettering on the wall and take the paper away. The way that I best can describe that is to take the corner and fold it down. Now I'm going to be pushing the letter on the wall and pulling the corner as I take the decal off, this time from the left or the right. Either way works, right to left or left to right. And now I'm pushing on the lettering and I'm pulling the paper away. I'm not going to worry about that pencil line because when I'm finished, some 409 and a wet cloth will take that right off. You'll notice that this decal is sticking to the wall very nicely. That's not always the case. Sometimes there's a combination of certain paints and certain decals that make this just a little bit tougher. Right now this letter is starting to come with me, so I'm going to hold the letter down and then finish pulling. Once I see that anything is starting to stick up, I lay it back down and start again. I have found in the past 4 years that the fresher the decals are, the easier they stick to the wall. So if you get a decal in the mail and you wait 6 months to put it up, oops, I'm starting back, lay that down. So if you get a decal in the mail and you wait 6 months to put it up, you will find that it's harder to put up than one that you just received. I have no idea why. Okay, so that completes the first layer. I'm going to go back to the table, rub on the layer of the second one like I've already shown you, and I won't waste your time with that, and then I'll bring it up and I'll show you exactly how I line up the X's to make this a nice two-color decal on my wall. Okay, so I've peeled the graph paper and the waxy part of the paper off of my second layer, and I've brought it to the wall. Again, it's just wide enough for me to hold. Much wider than this, and you're going to want 2 people, one on each end. Now you see those X's that are on the wall, and you see the X's that are in this design. They are all made on the computer screen before we ever cut them, and they're straight and they line up. So looking through the paper, I'm lining that one up, but very gently taking it to the wall and lining up the second layer. You can see through this paper just enough to line that up. Now I've got it up. I'm going to smooth it neatly with my hand. Now take the tool, again, rub the entire design. I'm going to take the corner of the paper back away, lay it down, and roll it and peel it away from my decal. If this were a 3-color design, I'd be doing the same thing again, but this is just a 2-color design. Now, pulling on the paper, but I'm also pushing a little bit on the stickers so that they will stick with it and stay on the wall. Oops. This letter right here has started to come with the design, with the paper. So I go back, I push it down, and I just slowly work it away. I have to be very careful, especially little letters, period. Little details are going to want to stick to your paper, so you have to be very careful and take your time. So now I've got the 2 colors up on the wall, but the last thing that I'm going to want to do is take my thumb, take my fingernail, and peel those X's away and add them to my garbage. Now I've gotten rid of the X's. The 2-color design is all straight and all aligned. The last thing I'll do is get a washcloth, some 409 or Fantastic, wash this wall, get rid of my pencil line, and I have a beautiful wall decal. Thank you.